they're all fighting who's going to make the most steps in the school.
It's a STEPS program.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Yeah. They can get money from the medical insurance if they do some of this stuff.
So right now, I don't think they're worried about the money. They're just trying to beat each other in steps.
The money will come
You'll see
later.
them up and down the halls all during lunchtime. So, after-school program board reports on there. We're continuing the after-school program into the what do you call it? The talent show. So we're opening that up so that we get some more kids coming in for that. The enrollment, we're up by 2 students. Nobody left since I wrote this. And then Doug will give you the discipline report. And he comes back in.
He's at the Camp Calumet. That's where he is.
Okay.
That's it for me.
Okay.
Hey, Scott, these surveys are new?
Parent involvement surveys?
Yeah.
2 years.
Yeah.
Okay, anybody have any questions of Trish?
Well, I just wanted to say I heard good things about the kindergarten readiness workshop. But I heard 2 things that they weren't sure if we were going to have the step-up day this year.
Yeah. Just like we did last year.
We are going to.
Yeah.
And that they weren't sure if there was going to be a cookout in September for this year coming.
Well,
I didn't know any reason why we wouldn't.
Yeah, that's up to
It's
your
budgeted.
principal next year.
It's budgeted, right?
Yeah,
We do.
I budgeted
Yeah,
the last
she
2
put it
years
in.
to have
I
it
just
in
wanted to make sure that,
at the open house.
There's no reason that we would
Yeah.
Let's kill those rumors now.
cancel it.
well, that's what I just
Yeah,
wanted to
yeah.
take care of it.
Yeah.
Also, the food service that was here comply with all the specials that any school has always had. They continue to do those things.
Right, yes.
Well, that was one of my questions I was going to ask. If we do the picnic or the whatever cookout, is that an additional charge?
I'm not sure. I know that they will do the Halloween type thing, just like the girls do a big thing on Halloween, and they'll give the food to that. I really don't know.
We've been paying an additional charge
Right.
for that hamburger
So it
night,
wouldn't-
so we'll
right, so it
probably,
wouldn't be a
yeah. I
big
mean, we've
budget
been
for it.
budgeted that.
Yeah.
We've been budgeting that.
So it'd still be budgeted, but they would do it. We already
Yeah.
said that they would do that. They do a lot of.
Well, I just didn't know if they had, I mean, are we going to, we do it very reasonably. Are we going to get a big bill for that?
I doubt
guess
it.
is what I'm looking to.
I doubt
Would
it.
we have the option of doing it ourselves?
Oh, of course.
Well, I'm sure you give a price before you did it.
Yeah,
Right.
but it's something you can ask. But we have budgeted for it, so.
Okay.
Okay. SAU 64.
I don't think there's anything.
Okay. Policies. It's supposed to be second reading. It says
Is it?
first, but
Okay.
Yeah,
it's
I
second.
think we need to delay this because I went through all these and there's really some,
So we should table that?
Yeah, the set that we just did at our last meeting wasn't completed yet, so.
Oh, all right.
no, but this set, there's
Okay.
just some things that really need to be changed, and rather than me sit here and go through all the changes,
Okay.
it would be easier for me to go through it with you, have,
Kathleen,
Okay, we'll table those.
okay. Actually, I'm gonna have you go through that because it's your set, right? It's when Scott was doing it.
yes.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of little things.
Do you have it marked up?
No,
Not
not completely. Do you agree, Liz? Did you go
Yeah.
through and there's several
I
things
just
that
started and then I
just
put it.
Okay.
table that, please?
Yes. Put it on the next agenda.
All right, I just gotta make it.
Did everybody get,
Steps to
steps? That should be committee reports, this stuff. I'm going to put it down there. How about procedures? Is that,
Well, the procedures that Judy gave me the other day, I went back to our administrative retreat book and I put it in there for each time. But I didn't have time to go through all of the different ones. I started it, but I didn't finish the process.
All right, so we can
Okay,
talk about that
so
at a different time.
I've got it started, but I didn't finish.
okay. And dismissal, I think that was you, Viv.
It was. The dismissal, I mean, as a grandparent point of view, seems to be very effective. I think it's running really smoothly. My only concern is I think it affects after-school programs. I know it did affect the after-school programs this past couple of months, and my concern would be going forward, whether it be the PTA or be the school that has after-school programs where they utilize the gym. If they're trying to utilize the late bus, they're not able to because of the fact that the students are dismissed to the gym. So I would hate to have to pull away from after-school programs because of this dismissal. So I'm not sure, well, we have programs after school, and having anyone who's running an after-school program be delayed until 3:15 or 3:20 when they have to get children on the bus at 4 gives them about 40 minutes, and especially if it's K through 2, it takes them 10 minutes to just get their bags in there and get into the gym. It takes another 5 or 10 minutes to, well, get them all out there into the hallway and get bus passes. So I'd like to see after-school programs continue, but I'd like to see a way of being able to utilize the gym, and if they do have something in place, maybe make another arrangement. So I know there are people
So the problem is that, well, it's not just after-school use in the gym. It would be any classroom, because the kids are staying in the walkers aren't dismissed until after the buses, so the teachers still have kids in their classroom then.
Right. So they're not able to start an
So it's
after-school program.
it's our after-school program as
Right.
well as the whatever's being done in the gym. So we would either need to make the late bus maybe 15 minutes later.
That would be the easiest solution. And now the late bus doesn't even get there till 10 after, and the students at 10 after 4. We usually have the gym cleared by 3:15, so they're still getting 55 minutes of after school. And when what Viv is referring to was the basketball, and when we talked to them, she didn't have a problem with it. I don't know what she told you differently, but when we asked her that day, she said it wasn't that much of a problem, that since the late bus doesn't come until 10 after 4. But
Yeah, but the kids are also getting shorted, what, 15, 20 minutes after the after-school activities, too. They're getting
well, it was
cut.
real confusing, too, back before we even started this, to release the kids to after-school programs while we were still in the middle of parent pickup, while we were still dismissing bus kids.
That would be
Because then we
confusing.
never knew kids who were roaming around, if
Yeah.
they're going on buses or anything. So this has actually made it very clean. The kids are on the buses, parents have picked them up, and whoever's released at that point is a walker. So, and if they're not walking, then they're in some kind of after-school program. So
So
we're
to
not
solve the-
monitoring that.
To solve the problem now, can we just push the after-school bus? Can we talk to
Yeah.
Tim about maybe pushing that to 4:15?
Yeah, and I'm
4:20
sure
maybe?
that Celeste is the one who usually does the
Probably
after-school, but
4:20.
she wouldn't.
Yeah, and I
Sounds
think
like a
then that
good,
way we'd give them the
option.
hour. Because it works really well. It
Just
seems
make
like
sure
it's...
and let parents know that it would be later.
Right,
so
right.
that they
You have to
a
get that
warning.
Have a little bit of notice.
Yeah. I would think maybe after vacation. Oh, Tim's right, that's right. Tim's on vacation.
Well, I don't think there's anything, there aren't any programs that I'm aware of.
Well, there's after-school tutoring still going on, and then the talent show is starting up, so there's
Okay, that will
after-school
utilize the late
programs
bus.
going on, so.
Well, that's an easy solution, if it's possible, just to
Yeah,
move the late
I
bus.
can talk to Celeste.
Right, that's very well.
If he
Tim's
comes
out.
down, I'm sure it'd be fine.
What
time She's willing to do
What
it.
time are you recommending to move the school bus to?
I'd say 10 minutes.
Just 10
About
minutes.
4:20 would make sense to me.
And that would give the dismissal time, and that way everything stays in order, and they can still utilize the full hour, anyone who wants to run an after-school program.
Run that by Tim when he gets back, which I think is not until May 1st.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Sounds like a good solution. Okay, policy KH. I asked this to go in because I went to the last PTA meeting, and this is confusing because the PTA is able to sell, ice cream cones or snow cones or other fundraiser things and have been right along, but according to our policy, it's, a gray area to say the least. So
Well,
I
it
asked.
seems like it's
Have to
to a
present the
commercial
request in writing.
enterprise.
Huh?
They'd have to present the request in writing, don't they, to the school board for any kind of a fundraising event?
Well, it says school board or its agent, superintendent and/or principal.
Yeah, the principal, they can
And that's usually a form that is filled out.
request it from the principal and fill out the appropriate forms, right? If they do anything. But, you know, according to this, it says they really can't, and they have been for years, and I don't think we should stop that. But
Well,
they
what
will.
about change it, well, put the word commercial in there, under, there will be no commercial sale of goods or services on the
Oh, it
premises.
does say that. No commercial.
It already says that.
No, it doesn't. It says no commercial enterprise may be represented in the schools, and there will be no sale of goods or services on the premises. That, although it's in the same sentence, it more or less, that tells me that there is zero sale of goods or services on the premises. But if you want to allow the PTA, if you just put the word commercial after no, that should take care of it.
So I guess, are you telling us this is the policy, you want the policy committee
Yes,
to review?
that's what I'm saying. I just wanted to throw it out there because I think that we need to
Yeah, it needs to be clarified.
clarify this, and I want the PTA to still be able to do their fundraisers and whatever else they
Well,
do.
it's not just that, with no sale of goods or services on the
Right.
premise.
So
No
really-
sale meaning the classrooms, too.
Right, so this is what I wanted to do, is have us look at it and then hand it to the policy committee to come up with a solution to it.
Okay.
Okay? All right, see what we can do for you. Okay. Committee reports on steps. Did everybody get that? And I emailed it to everyone? Bill also gave us a hard copy.
Yeah, it looks like this. Here's another one.
Any questions? Other than spelling corrections? Grammar, punctuation? Well, they're kind of reading it, so I don't want to stop. Is it correct? Yeah. Go back to
You can go back to that if you want to.
what is this thing?
That's the Roberts rules.
Oh, all right.
I just.
So when do we, when does the STEPS committee fill out the 2012, 13 improvement progress report and action plan?
Oh, I'm sorry, I was reading. What did you say again? When did what?
I said, when does the STEPS committee fill out the district improvement progress report and action plan outlining what steps we're going to take
This
for
is-
the next year?
I believe our next meeting was in May.
Right.
Correct, and that's when we
Put it together.
put that together. It
Linda's-
has to align to your Denny Cine plan.
Right.
Mhm.
And Linda's kind of working on it now.
Linda's been working on that.
And then we'll work on it as a group.
Let me see if
and
I
then
can
it'll
tell
come
you
to
what
us,
date it is.
The board. And then it goes to the state, correct?
I'm sorry, I don't have it written
what-
down what date.
Are there any plans to do anything different next year or add anything
Other than what's, yes,
other than what's,
been done, yeah. There's quite a bit of progress that has been made in a lot of areas. And that will be reflected in what we give, put in that report to the state.
Generally, Linda does a draft. So that-
can the
so-
board, I'd like to request that the board see that draft before it's submitted to the state.
Okay, any other questions on anything? Am I correct this time? At least I'm not getting bagged. Pounded on me with my last report. Remember?
Well, you used
Vote on
English
cafe
this time, Priscilla.
services?
Huh?
Are you going to vote on cafe services or no? You have to do it in public if you're
I
going to do
have
it.
questions
I know,
in
but we can come back.
non-public to
Okay.
ask about that.
Okay,
Yeah, we can come
but you'd
back.
have to do it in
Yes, I
public.
understand.
Okay.
Okay,
You wrote it
Steve.
in English this time, Priscilla.
I tried very
Not
hard.
that foreign language you tried to use
Mean
before.
Willie Road slang.
I've read this several times before I sent it out saying, are they gonna pick on me this time? I almost didn't write one.
That's a good one. That's new. That's good.
All right, going back, Gail just gave me this. Bringing back motions, it's under Robert's rules, Steve. If you want to read that, that will explain bringing back motions.
Sorry, it's so tiny.
Yeah.
Want my glasses?
Yeah.
Yeah.
May I?
Of course.
Oh, wait a minute, I can't wear that.
Come on, you look cute in it.
I can read it for you.
Oh, Ralph has some.
Want Ralph's?
I couldn't read it. What, you didn't like mine?
Look what the boys are sharing.
Huh?
You didn't like my tiger.
Didn't like the tiger.
Yeah, those are just a little too far out there for me.
Were there any other committees that met other than facilities last?
Yeah, I can bring you up to date on Safe Routes to Schools Committee. We met yesterday, and we have put together a grant application that's being finalized that they'll submit to the selectmen. I believe they'll be the signing authorities on it. What we're starting with is a $5,000 grant that we're going to request to put a blinking solar school speed zone sign coming into Forest Hills when you first come in. Remember I told you about how they were grayed out on Main Street, but everyone was going 20 miles an hour on Main Street and then coming in Forest Hills and going 30. So we're going to try to see if we can get money for a new sign. Also some signs around Forest Hills saying it is a school zone. We're going to do a bike safety class, maybe get some helmets for children that are unable to afford them. Crossing guard equipment, some paint to repaint the crosswalks, and then some miscellaneous for printing materials, food, education, and incentives. Maybe have a educational night. And we're also going to try to put together for May 9th a walk to school day. And we're going to try to set up for the buses. This is Doug's project. I don't know if he's even told Trish about it yet.
He did mention something at dinner that we might have to change the date because that's also the date of the international
That's
fair.
what I was just thinking, and they're
Oh,
carrying
goodness.
all that
Yeah,
stuff.
we have
Okay.
a couple of things going on that
Okay,
week, so it might
but
be
the
good.
thought behind it was to drop the kids off. We're going to try to have 2 drop-off zones that parents can drop the kids off and have crosswalk guards, one being the Catholic Church, one being the Parks and Rec building, trying to encourage kids to walk to school. So on a future date, I'm not sure if it'll be May 9th now, but the kids will be dropped off, from the buses will drop off the kids there, and everyone will be walking to school that day. So that's what we're working on with that, and we're also currently working with Stratford Regional Planning Commission on a Safe Routes to School travel plan, which this is kind of a rough draft right now in progress. And once this is complete, if we can encourage more walking in the area, and we can prove that after we do the first work from the $5,000 grant, we may be able to apply for a larger grant that would put sidewalks in the area for the kids to walk to school with. So that's what we're working on, and
Good.
hopefully that'll, someday we'll see sidewalks leading to the Paul School.
There's a policy report. The bright light on that meeting was that we threw out 3 policies.
Yes,
Threw
we
them
did. Well, we were going to
We
put
got rid
them
of them.
to
We
you
got
and
rid of
put,
3 more.
yeah.
We'll let you
3
know so you
rules.
can remove them from your book.
Oh,
Right.
okay. All right. Okay. Do you have any comments on that, Steve?
Can you read it to us, so, because I'd like to know what it says too.
What?
Can you read
Could you
it so
read
we
it, please?
can know what it says as well?
You want me to read the whole thing?
Yeah, it's only a
That-
couple paragraphs.
Bring back, this is Robert's Rules of Order, bring back motions. Motions that bring a question again before the assembly are listed below in the order in which they appear in Robert's Rules of Order, newly revised. They do not have rank but may be offered and considered when no other motion is pending. Take from the table. A motion to resume consideration of a main motion that was laid on the table during that meeting or the previous meeting. Rescind, repeal, or annul. A motion to repeal a previously adopted motion entirely. Amend something previously adopted. A motion to modify a previously adopted motion. Discharge a committee. A motion to take a referred question out of a committee's hands so that the assembly can consider it. A standing committee, one that has continuing existence, may be discharged from consideration of the question. If a question was referred to a special committee, one that ceases to exist after the completion of the task, the committee itself may be discharged. Reconsider. A motion to reconsider a previously decided motion. A motion to reconsider is subject to certain time limitations. During a meeting, a member may make a motion to reconsider a previously decided subject, but the motion to reconsider must occur on the same day as the decision. During a session, the motion to reconsider must be made on the same or following day of that session. The member offering the motion must have voted on the prevailing side. Example, voted yes if it was adopted or no if it was defeated. Making a motion to reconsider takes precedence over all other motions. However, assembly may take up or consider the motion only when the original motion could be considered, according to the order of business.
Okay?
Well, is it okay? No, it's not okay, because that clearly shows why that meeting was moved up over 2 months of when it normally takes place. Because the reviews, and can you get copies of this?
I can make copies of it, yeah.
Could you please? Because I asked for the previous 3 years of when the contracts were reviewed. And the last 3 years, it was May 9th, May 19th, and June 30th. And this year was done on February 23rd. So, yes, that does say a lot and why things happened the way they happened.
Excuse me, that's impossible. The law says April 15th. Those dates are wrong. I don't know where you got those dates from.
You got them from me, and those are the dates that we did actually do that. Those are the correct dates, but the law says by April 15th, and we comply with the law by April 15th.
Well, why is it May 9th, May 19th, and June 30th?
If you are going to non-renew someone, you have to notify them by April 15th. You don't have to offer a contract.
Are you sure these aren't the para ones?
It's different, it's different according to, I mean, like in cities, theirs might be May, but.
There is no, I said before, there's no firm date when it's done.
Well, it was done a lot earlier this year, and just the way it was done was, I know why it was done, and it was wrong the way it was done. It was clear, you know, this is just not right.
So where is he getting May and June? He's saying May and June.
Yeah, May 9th, May 19th, and June 30th. Those are the 3 dates I requested for the last 3 years, and those are the 3 dates that I received from the chair.
Were those the dates that teachers were confirmed? What were
Not
those
teachers,
dates?
I think he asked for.
No, I asked for the last 3 years of when the board has reviewed the principal and the vice principal's contract. And those are the 3 dates that I received from the chair.
The only thing April 15th says, if we're not going to renew somebody, do we have to let people know by the 15th of April by law. But there's no lock-in as far as when we can offer a contract.
Oh, so are those the dates that were on the contracts? That were when the contracts were written?
I don't remember. I don't really remember. I asked Kathy to look it up.
Those must be the dates of contracts.
I don't remember.
Because that's impossible. That did not happen. Those dates are not correct.
Let me,
2 of those years I
don't
would have been
remember.
here. That's not correct.
Well, that's the information,
Yeah.
I requested the information,
Right.
that's the information that I
It's not
received.
Okay, let me look into that, Steve, because I really don't remember.
I do. It's not correct.
Okay.
It's like the RSA is that, is 189-14A. Teachers who have taught for less than 3 consecutive years in the same school district must be notified in writing by April 15th.
If they're not,
If they're not going to be
Right.
renominated for employment for the following year.
189 what?
189,
14A.
14A.
14A?
Did you take one of these?
I've got to refresh my memory. I've got to go back and look at my emails and see. 'Cause
I'm wondering
just
if you
don't
asked
remember.
Kathy for the date of the contracts, and that's what she gave you, the date the contracts were signed the last 3 years?
I don't know.
Because that is not
I
possible.
just don't know. I don't remember.
Well, the contract date's going to be
But
different than
we'll
the date.
ferret it out.
Could you make copy, not right now, but when you get
Yeah.
it, could you make that, of that whole thing?
Yep.
If you would, please? Thank you.
Okay. Bob,
Okay.
Adams, would you like to come up to the hot seat?
Do you need them, or not now, I'll give them you later, or? Oh, in a minute, oh, all right, good. Very good.
And like my
I'm sorry, Bob, I
ones.
could have jumped you ahead. I didn't even realize you were sitting out there.
I have the results of the renovation project. I have asbestos bids back, the painting and the flooring. So I have those, we review our handouts and stuff.
I got one in there.
And pass those. This is the form on the left, okay?
I'm sorry. Just one, right?
Please stand cold. I'm gonna try that. Do they actually serve bottled water?
They serve a carbonated water too.
Here's number 3.
They have a carbonated water.
No fruit.
There should be one each for asbestos painting and flooring.
Where's it at?
Right, right,
There's one there.
Got it?
Yeah, 3 of them?
right?
I've got 3.
Interesting.
Wow.
That's quite a difference.
So sequencing in the project would be the asbestos removal first.
Right.
All bids are due yesterday, they were opened in the meeting. There was one outside person in attendance other than internal staff.
Okay, good.
So there's quite a spread in the numbers, as you can see. There's
yeah.
actually 2 clusters.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who did it last year?
Accolade Environmental, that did it last year.
Did they give you any reason as to why such a difference? I mean, it's double the price.
No,
I don't know.
it's just the nature of the business, their infrastructure, how busy they are. A lot of factors come into that.
It's quite a difference.
Accolade, were you happy with Accolade?
Yes,
Last year, the bid spread was similar to this too,
it
wasn't
was
it?
similar last year, too.
Do people want to look at this for a while, or do you want to?
I mean, I think it's really up to Bob. He knows whether or not he was happy with them, and
The floor bids,
Yeah?
are we doing one at a time?
Yeah. Well, we're gonna wait till Liz comes back and
So what's the
Did you
order
want to wait for her,
then?
did you say?
Oh,
Yeah.
before we vote on anything.
Before we vote,
Did you have
institutional
both?
interior